Have you ever looked at your phone and thought, what does this button even do? Or maybe someone sent you a message filled with emojis and abbreviations, and you sat there wondering if it was a joke or code from a secret agency. If that sounds familiar, let me tell you something, you are not alone. Technology has changed faster in the last 20 years than it did in the previous 100. We went from rotary phones and handwritten letters to FaceTiming grandkids across the world and ordering groceries with a single tap. And while younger generations seem to absorb it all like sponges, many of us over 60 are still trying to figure out which remote turns on the TV. And that's okay. Here's the truth, struggling with new technology doesn't mean you're behind. It doesn't mean you're too old or not smart enough. It simply means you've lived most of your life in a world that didn't run on screens, apps, and passwords. And now, you're being asked to jump into that world almost overnight. That's a big adjustment, and it takes courage to even try. But here's the good news, you can stay sharp, you can keep up, and you don't have to do it all alone. Technology doesn't have to be confusing. In fact, when approached the right way, it can actually help your memory, keep you connected, and even make life simpler and more fun. The key is learning how to work with it, instead of letting it overwhelm you. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Now, before we dive into any fancy tips or tools, I want to start with something simple, and possibly the most important step of all, giving yourself permission to learn slowly. You see, the world today seems obsessed with speed. Instant downloads. One-click purchases. Notifications buzzing constantly. And sometimes, when we don't catch on right away, we feel embarrassed. Maybe you've had someone younger say, "Ugh, just give me that, I'll do it," and you felt small, even a little foolish. But I want you to hear this clearly, taking your time is not a weakness. It's how real learning happens. When you were younger, you didn't learn to ride a bike in a day. You didn't cook your favorite dish perfectly the first time. It took patience, practice, and sometimes a few hilarious mistakes. Technology is the same. It's just a new skill, and like any skill, you can master it one step at a time. So instead of thinking, "I should already know this," try saying, "I'm learning, and that's enough." That one mindset shift can take away so much pressure and make the process feel more like a journey than a test. Now let's move into our first practical step, find your technology pace, and own it. You don't have to know everything. You don't need to be on every app, use every gadget, or read every tutorial. That's a recipe for burnout. Instead, ask yourself, what do I actually want from technology? Maybe it's staying in touch with your kids and grandkids. Maybe it's watching your favorite shows without fumbling with 5 remotes. Maybe it's tracking your steps or blood pressure on a smartwatch. Whatever it is, start there. Pick 1 or 2 things you genuinely care about. Then focus only on learning those. For example, if you want to video call family, don't worry about all the apps, just pick one, like Zoom or FaceTime, and stick with it. Use it until it feels easy, then decide if you want to learn something new. And don't let anyone rush you. Just like you'd pace yourself on a walk through the park, you can pace yourself through learning something new. One app. One function. One button at a time. Now, let's talk about a second thing that makes a huge difference, but is often overlooked, writing things down. In a world full of passwords, new logins, and endless settings, it's easy to get lost. And trying to remember it all in your head? That's a recipe for frustration. So do yourself a favor, keep a little notebook, or a folder of notes on your desk, or even use your phone's notes app if you're comfortable. Write down your passwords. Write steps for how to check your email or use the TV remote. Jot down what each button on your phone does, even if it feels silly. It's not silly, it's smart. Because here's the thing, it's not about memory. It's about peace of mind. When you know you have a guide to refer back to, you'll feel more confident and less anxious. And confidence makes learning smoother. Some of the smartest people I know have little cheat sheets for technology. They're not forgetting, they're preparing. And if you're someone who's ever worried that writing things down means you're slipping mentally, I want you to toss that idea out the window. Athletes use playbooks. Chefs use recipes. Pilots use checklists. Writing it down means you care about doing it right. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. So, we've touched on two powerful ideas already: giving yourself permission to learn slowly, and using simple tools like notes to make things easier. Just those two alone can shift your whole experience with technology from overwhelming to manageable. And when you stop fighting with the tools and start working with them, you'll discover something surprising. Technology can be empowering. It can help you stay connected, express yourself, and continue growing at any age. You don't need to become a tech expert. You just need the right approach. And once you have it, you'll feel not only more capable, but mentally sharper, more confident, and even a bit proud of yourself. Because keeping up with today's world is an accomplishment, and you deserve to celebrate that. Now that we've laid the foundation with those first two steps, let's move forward, because there are still a few more things that can truly transform your relationship with technology and keep your mind sharp while doing it. If you're still watching and feel that these insights are meaningful, please type number 2 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to do so, and don't forget to turn on the bell, so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos designed to uplift, inform, and inspire. Your support truly means a lot. It's what keeps us going and allows us to continue sharing thoughtful, helpful content just for you. Now, let's continue this journey together. Now that you've started to give yourself space to learn and even created some notes to help along the way, let's talk about something that can truly accelerate your progress, and that's asking for help the right way. Now, I know what you might be thinking: I don't want to bother anyone, or maybe even, I've asked before and they just did it for me instead of showing me. It can be frustrating when you're genuinely trying to learn, but the person helping seems in a hurry, or worse, talks to you like you're a child. That kind of experience can make you feel small, like you're a step behind everyone else. But here's the truth: needing help is not a weakness. In fact, it's a sign of strength. You're brave enough to say, I don't know this yet, but I want to. And that's how every great learner begins. So how do you get the help you need, without feeling talked down to or brushed aside? Here's something that works wonders. Before asking for help, say this one sentence first: please teach me, as if you were showing a friend your favorite trick. Why? Because it changes the tone. It gently signals that you want to learn, not be rushed or dismissed. Most people don't realize they're overwhelming you, they're just trying to be quick. But when you invite them to slow down and treat it like a friendly exchange, it opens the door to patience and respect. Also, don't just ask for help, ask specific help. Instead of saying, can you help me with my phone? Try something like, can you walk me through how to text a photo to my sister, step by step? That clarity helps them stay focused, and it helps you walk away with real knowledge, not just a button pushed for you. And here's a little tip I've seen work time and time again: if you're learning from someone, ask if you can take notes while they teach you. That way, when they leave, you're not left staring at your phone thinking, now what did they press again? Your notes become your guide. And if they show you something on a screen, don't hesitate to snap a photo of it for reference. You're building your own manual, one page at a time. Now, let's talk about the third habit that will keep your mind sharp and help you feel in control when it comes to tech: practice small and often. Have you ever tried to learn something new and ended up sitting there for hours, only to feel more confused than when you started? That's because our brains, especially as we get older, don't absorb big chunks of information all at once as easily. But short, repeated practice? That's magic. Think of it like lifting weights. You don't try to lift 100 pounds on your first day. You start light, build muscle, and add more as you go. Technology works the same way. So instead of setting aside an entire afternoon and trying to learn everything about your phone or tablet, set aside 10 minutes each morning. Just 10 minutes. Try one thing. Maybe open an app. Adjust your settings. Send a short message. Explore a new feature. That little moment of focus builds mental strength, confidence, and comfort. And here's where the magic really happens: those 10-minute sessions add up. After just a week or two, you'll notice you're not searching for your notes as often. You'll move through menus faster. You'll actually remember what that button does, and that's when confidence really clicks in. Let me share a story about a woman named Linda. She's 72 and used to call her daughter every time she needed to reset her password. Every single time. She hated it. Felt embarrassed. She once told me, "I don't want to be a burden, but I'm just not good with computers." We worked on one thing, doing just 5 to 10 minutes of practice a day. Writing things down. Using a little notebook labeled Linda's Tech Tips. 3 months later, she reset her own password, updated her Facebook status, and joined a Zoom call all in one afternoon, without calling anyone. She cried tears of joy. Not because of the technology itself, but because she proved to herself she could. That's what these small daily habits do. They return a feeling that many people over 60 think is gone: independence. You are not stuck. You are simply in transition. And every day you practice, even just for a few minutes, you reclaim a piece of that freedom. And while we're on the subject of independence, there's another key that can make all the difference: having a safe space to explore. That means having a phone or tablet or computer that you can play with without worrying about messing something up. If you're always afraid of breaking something or deleting the wrong file, learning becomes stressful, not fun. So here's a simple idea: ask a family member to help you create a practice account. Maybe a dummy email address or a spare app you can explore without consequences. That way, you can try new things, make mistakes, and learn without fear. You'd be surprised how much faster people learn when the pressure is off. Mistakes stop being something to avoid, they become stepping stones. Think about how you learned anything new in life, through trial and error. Technology is no different. So far, we've talked about the importance of mindset, giving yourself permission to learn slowly, staying organized with notes, asking for help wisely, and practicing in short, manageable sessions. Each of these is like laying down a brick in a pathway, a path that leads to more confidence, more clarity, and most importantly, less frustration. You're building that path each day, and it gets smoother the more you walk it. And as we continue, we're going to talk about one final shift that can help you truly enjoy technology instead of just tolerating it, a shift that turns it into something enriching, even exciting. A shift that turns it into something enriching, even exciting. And that shift is this: use technology for joy, not just necessity. Too often, we treat our phones or tablets like chores. We only use them to pay a bill, respond to a message, or look something up, and it starts to feel like a machine we have to wrestle with. But what if, instead, you saw it as a door? A door to something fun, lighthearted, personal. That's where the magic really happens, when you use tech for things that make you smile. Think about what brings you joy. Maybe it's reconnecting with old friends, sharing your favorite recipes, learning a new song on the guitar, or seeing your grandkids' latest dance moves. Whatever it is, your device can bring more of it into your life, if you let it. Take YouTube, for example. It's not just for young people watching cat videos or prank shows. There are channels dedicated to gardening for seniors, cooking simple meals for one, classic movie clips, guided meditation, and even tutorials on how to use your phone, taught by kind, patient voices who go step by step. You don't have to be stuck. You just have to explore. And the beauty is, once you click on something that interests you, the platform will suggest more things you might like. It's like having your own personal assistant finding fun just for you. Or maybe you've always loved music but haven't played in years. Apps like Spotify or Apple Music can bring back memories with a single song. Imagine sipping your morning coffee to the soundtrack of your youth. That's not just nostalgic, it's brain-boosting. Music stimulates memory and emotion in powerful ways. And yes, it's all available in your pocket. And let's not forget about hobbies. Are you curious about watercolor painting? Want to learn how to knit something new? There are online communities, friendly, supportive spaces, full of people your age who are learning and sharing too. You're not alone in this. Far from it. There are millions of people, just like you, who are using technology to stay curious, connected, and creative. But here's where the shift really kicks in. When you use technology not just for utility, but for joy, your brain becomes more eager to learn. You're no longer forcing it to remember which button to tap. You want to, because it's leading you somewhere that feels good. That's the secret to learning at any age, linking effort to something that lights you up. Now, let's be honest. There will still be moments when something doesn't work right. An update appears, a screen freezes, or an app you love changes overnight. It happens to all of us, even the tech-savvy. But when you've built the habits we talked about, giving yourself time, asking for help clearly, practicing often, and using tech for fun, those frustrating moments won't feel as overwhelming. They'll be just bumps on a road you're learning to enjoy. And one final encouragement I want to leave you with is this: don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Maybe your niece picks things up quickly, or your neighbor seems to know every trick on the iPad. That's great, for them. But you have your own rhythm, your own pace. And every time you learn something new, no matter how small, you've won. Celebrate that. I know people in their 70s who are just now learning how to use voice dictation to send texts, and they're thrilled. I know others in their 80s who run online book clubs. And I know folks who once said, "I'll never figure this stuff out," and now they're FaceTiming with their grandkids every weekend. Progress looks different for everyone, but it always starts with trying. You don't need to become a tech wizard. You don't need to learn everything. You just need to stay open. Open to curiosity. Open to trying. Open to enjoying something new. Technology isn't here to leave you behind. It's here to help you stay connected, stimulated, and engaged. And you absolutely can keep up, in your own way, in your own time. So if this video reminded you that it's okay to take your time, that your brain is still strong and capable, and that learning is always possible, then I hope you'll take the next small step. Try something new. Ask that question. Watch another tutorial. Write a note in your tech notebook. And when you feel stuck, remember, you are not alone, and you are not too old. You're learning. You're growing. And you're doing just fine. If any part of this message spoke to you, I'd love to hear it. Share your experience in the comments. Tell us what tech you're learning or what still feels tricky. Chances are, someone else feels the same way. This community is here to support each other. And if you found this helpful, please take a moment to click like and subscribe to the channel. We've got more videos like this, gentle, supportive, and made just for you. Until next time, keep going, keep learning, and keep living with curiosity. You've got this. Here's to living your best life at any age.